Welcome everybody to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the Altcoin show, coming at you daily because of your popular demand. And so I'm happy to be able to push this out. And your response has been absolutely awesome. So many kind words of encouragement and support. So love that. So we're going to keep doing this Altcoin show. A couple of hours ago, I had my main crypto show, the early crypto show, I should call it, because it is nice and early. I look to get that out by around about 7 a.m. Eastern time, sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit after, somewhere between that kind of 6:45 to 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time window. And for this show here, I have been posting it a little bit earlier. I'm probably going to look to get this out around about 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time there, just a few hours after my other show. But wherever you are tuning in from around the world, it certainly is early here at the moment. Welcome to the channel. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know what I'm going to say. Smash that like. This helps really support this channel and get content out. I would really appreciate that. Love all the questions that you ask as well. And certainly I'll look to get back to those as soon as possible. There's links below in the description. There's a cheat sheet, and the cheat sheet actually has all my links on it. So if you get my cheat sheet, you get all the other links that are below in the description. And so in the cheat sheet as well, and in the links below in the description as well, we also have the Stocks with Josh Discord. If you haven't signed up for the best Discord on the planet, you can do so by clicking on the links below in the description on the cheat sheet there. And also I have my Twitter link there as well, and a bunch of other great links that we'll go into in a little bit in the show as we cover some of the news and some of the altcoins. So let's jump into, and before I forget, because I have forgotten to mention the last couple of days, and we had some great entries. This is going to be very tough for me because it's my birthday week, and I don't know who I'm going to pick to win the 1 billion BLUB giveaway. So BLUB has kindly going to allocate 1 billion BLUB tokens to one of the viewers here, one of you that are watching here. All you got to do is like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and then also leave a comment on one of my altcoin videos over the last week. It can be this one, it can be another one, that's okay. And just need, it can be meaningful, can be creative, can be funny, can be a little bit of all three. Winner will be picked, and then we will your wallet address, and BLUB will send you that billion tokens directly to your Sui wallet. So you've got to make sure that you have a Sui wallet. If you don't have a Sui wallet, it is a free download in the App Store, and you can download that. And I'm not sure, based on your region, there are different Sui wallets for different regions, I understand, so check that out. Either way, we're going to jump into the show here, and we're going to start with Sui, because Sui just flipped Aptos, come on somebody, up to the 26th market cap in the crypto market space. Absolutely awesome. Congratulations to the Sui team. Phenomenal achievement. And I'm very bullish on Sui. We have here, you can use a Sui network from a Google account, from an Apple account, and that instantly opens the door to hundreds of millions or billions of people. Study Sui. So still very bullish on Sui. And even in this last dip, it seemed like it has held up pretty well. We'll look at the Sui charts in a moment. Exciting news for Tau. This is big. It's on the verge of a game-changing update. Smart contracts are coming soon. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a monumental leap for the decentralized artificial intelligence, AI landscape. What does this mean? I'm not going to read through it all. Certainly you can go to Wolf, the opportunist Wolf, putting that out, and he's got a great thread there where you can check all of that information out. I think it's super exciting. What does that mean, though, for Ethereum contracts? Yes, what does that mean for Ethereum? We are pushing the Ethereum contracts to the chain pretty soon. I was fortunate enough, I remember looking at Tau at about $100 going, it's too expensive, because I didn't understand the tokenomics of Tau, which we're going to look at in a moment. And then around the 200s, I started to look at the tokenomics and thought, this could go to 2,000 to 3,000 or even higher. It could go to 10. It's totally possible. And I'll show you how it's possible in a minute. So all of a sudden, 200 seemed quite cheap. So I started to accumulate every time Tau went into the 200s, rode it up to 700, locked in the profits, because you've got to lock in your profits, people, and then came back down again. And I've been accumulating in that $200 range through all these different dips, and it's on my cheat sheet. Check that out. And so we'll look at the tokenomics of Tau in a moment, because as you see with Tau, if Tau had the market cap of ETH, and this is this wonderful little tool that I've showed before on my show, show the price of A with the market cap of B, leaders price, it would go 120x at 39,000. Now, of course, it would have to get to a market cap of about 250 billion to do that, of course. And so I'm going to show you that little tool in a moment. I want to check this actually, we can check it live on here, fact check it here, which is great. And then we have, who remembers Cardano? It peaked at 94 billion market cap in 2021. If Tau were to hit that same market cap with the current circulating supply, it would be 13,000 per coin. Remember, Tau has a limited supply of 21 million, just like Bitcoin. Tau, just like Bitcoin, has a halving cycle. Tau, just like Bitcoin, has their tokens mined on a schedule like Bitcoin does as well. So the tokenomics are superb. Let's have a quick look at our little tool over here. The Tau, here we go. And this is in my cheat sheet, by the way. So Tau with the same market cap of Solana would be 8,000. Okay. So let's look at Ethereum with the same market cap of Ethereum, 37,000. So it wasn't quite, but I do believe that Tau was, it showed in the graphic there, it was $320 at the time. But 37, still pretty good, 37,000, 125x. So right now, if all the money that's currently in Ethereum were to be moved into Tau, the Tau price would go to 37,000. What's the price of Ethereum? Only 2,000. The tokenomics on Tau is far superior. It has a capped supply as well, where Ethereum just keep minting tokens. Okay, so not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, this is all about education and entertainment. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Says the great Maximus Decimus Meridius from the movie Gladiator. Okay, Tau has a bit of a head and shoulders here. No comment needed here. The target is up to 792, which would break Tau into a new all-time high. I don't want to be spot buying any more Tau at $700. And so is this some of the last opportunities we have? See my video a couple of hours earlier today where I talked about don't get left behind. Is this the last opportunity? And so don't get left behind. Tau, again, are my biggest bets for this bull market. Let's see if that plays out. I'm certainly hoping and expecting it to. Okay, also, I mentioned in the Discord that Elon has been interacting with a Tau tweet here. Wait, what? On like to tweet this. You can read that there. I'm not going to go through that. And Elon Musk liked the tweet, and everybody went into a frenzy because obviously he's aware of Tau and its capabilities and what it's doing. If Elon started to utilize Tau, imagine how incredible that would be for the market. But I just thought that was some interesting stuff there as well. Certainly, Banana Gun is something that has kind of had a little bit of sideways consolidation. It's just a reaccumulation for me. And they just burnt. They burnt now 15% of the supply. So while ETH is adding to the supply and Solana is adding to the supply, Banana Gun is burning their supply, making it deflationary. Remember, this token only has 10 million supply, half the supply of Tau. Again, Banana Gun is another one that I am fully betting on in this bull market. I think it can do some incredible things. And this is a Telegram sniping bot that is making money and making people money. People are using it for trading. It's not a meme coin. It's fantastic utility. And I think it's still pretty cheap at around, $39, $40. We'll look at the charts in a little bit. Okay, certainly key support for Ethereum now. Well, we have a hold level. So I thought this was interesting. Key support for Ethereum lies between about 2,300, around about there, where 1.9 million addresses hold 52 million Ethereum. If this demand zone breaks, we could see a sell-off driving ETH towards $1,800. Ouch. That would be absolutely savage. Let's hope that this level holds. We want to see Ethereum do well. There are a lot of people invested in Ethereum, and of course, we want to see everybody win. A rising tide lifts all ships, of course. However, Ethereum has seen a big sell-off. The ETH dominance is dropping heavily, and we just do hope we see some kind of bounce in the Ethereum price sooner rather than later. Okay, now also, how big is BLUB? I mean, this is some kind of crazy stuff here. Not going to lie, I can see this going to 5 billion, 10 billion. Okay, so this is not me talking, but certainly SHIB went to 52 billion in the last cycle. WIF has gone to 5 billion, obviously pulled back. Brett went to 2 billion, obviously has pulled back. Don't underestimate the power of community and the strongest L1 chain, Sui. And so if Sui does end up being the mascot of, you can see these different, if Sui does end up being the main meme on the Sui chain, certainly I think $1 billion is not out of the question. And certainly these numbers here, I wouldn't even begin to think about these numbers if BLUB doesn't remain the main meme coin on Sui. I think though that somewhere in the hundreds of millions and even possibly $1 billion, which is their goal, and they've stated it repeatedly, possibility. And so that I'm still up on that trade. And I know it's pulled back a little bit there. I did say I added some around that 51 region. It didn't quite pull back to that range of 38 to 42, but certainly that's another area of interest for me for adding to the BLUB trade. Remember, this is a meme coin, and so don't put money in the, I already kissed that money goodbye if the BLUB trade just completely goes down, and be very careful about the liquidity pools. They're very attractive with 3, 5, 800%. But if BLUB does dive, it'll take your Sui with it down as well. It'll drain both of them. So just be very careful with that, with those trades in there. I know I've spoken the other day about realizing, and I am putting a very small portion of my Sui and BLUB into that because I have been on the wrong end of that impermanent losses, where one token goes down and takes the other one with it. So just be very careful there. And just finishing up our news cycle before we jump into the charts. Stocks with Josh, famous. He was already famous. The chart goat himself featured BLUB. The BLUB, I mean, I need a BLUB shout out. I'm super jealous right now that he got featured on the BLUB channel. But I'm very happy for Josh to get a shout out on the BLUB here, the BLUB Sui. You can go and check this out, and I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but they put some music to this, and it is awesome. I love it. So I'm not going to play it here, but go to BLUB Sui, check that out, and give it a retweet, give it a like, show Josh some love on there. Okay, we're going to jump into the charts, and the first one that I'm actually going to talk about is FTM. Now, FTM is not on my cheat sheet, but there is an inverse head and shoulders on the daily. And if this plays out and breaks above, we could see a pretty parabolic move to the upside here. And I would expect us to start getting into this region here. I haven't, but you can see it'll be from the top of the head to the neckline from where it breaks out. And then you would just take that percentage up. So I could see us coming right back up to this 83 cent region if this does break out up to around $1, 83 cents up to around $1 would be my target there to the upside for FTM. FTM is not on my cheat sheet. It's not even in my others column. I am going to add it to my others tab, some potential buy areas. But here's the deal. You know that the 200 EMA on the daily is huge. And so any price action buying below here is going to be bullish. If you are into FTM or want to accumulate or add FTM, it is already above the 50-day average. This would be the area to add it down here. And certainly if we get a break, but if you want confirmation, a break and retest, a successful retest can be a good entry with a stop loss below. And then you could ride this up, up to around, I would be looking at taking profit here in this 80 cent range, and then second level of profit up around the $1 range. So that's a live trade that I'm giving you here, right now, a break above and a successful retest, and that can be a trade that you can jump in, and we could see some good upside for FTM, and I will be adding that to my cheat sheet at some point. If I don't in the next couple of days, somebody please remind me and I will get to it. It would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is crushing. We're hitting the top of the range there. Generally speaking, that's not always the best for alts, especially if Bitcoin price is dropping like it was. And if Bitcoin price is dropping, then we know probably USDT dominance is going up because people are taking the profits into USDT, or losses, hopefully not losses, going into USDT dominance. So we could see a little bit more of a pullback here for the alts, which would only really, in my opinion, give us opportunities to buy. So I'm going to go through our current swing trades, which are featured in the swing trades column here. And I am going to add FTM to this list of others here. I have my swing trades. These are the current swing trades that we're in and out and taking profit on. We've already taken profit on some of these. These are my hotter ones for those of you who haven't seen it before. Check it all out. Give it all the entries, all the take profits, moon bags, and everything there. Swing trades. So we're going to go through each one of these very quickly today, and then we'll see just where we're at with that. Obviously, Bitcoin, we hit that target of 60, so you'd made some nice profit there. We didn't get to 65. We may get an opportunity to come back in the trade, so I will look at updating this as we start to hit targets. We can actually trade these multiple times over and over again. I think Tau has been the most successful one that we have had on here. I know I've taken profit 3 or 4 times since I added this trade. Okay, so we're going to go back to here. So we've got, so let's jump into Arweave. Arweave is still in the buy zone, low and a higher low here. We do not want to lose this wick here. That's at around $16 there, is it? Low $16.22, so we don't want to lose that. You may want to have a stop loss there, but we do have some support there. I'm not sure if we will lose that, but certainly keep an eye on that for sure. Banana Gun at 39, yes, is still in the buy zone for me here, and we are sitting, we're retesting the 200 EMA on the daily, so right now that's a buy. Right this second, there's a retest. We could put a stop loss under this wick here, which is sitting down around 34.68. So you can put a stop loss under here, certainly for that. And we're certainly coming down on this trend line here that we broke out of. We're also retesting that trend line at the same time. So that is an entry right there for Banana. Of course, Bitcoin just kind of craps itself here. You do want to have that stop loss in place and then look at re-entering the trade, possibly down a little bit lower around this 35 to 32 area, maybe even down as far if we get down into this wick here, around $30. So I'd be looking for that 30 to $32 range here. What do we got here? Yeah, 30 to 33, maybe getting back in the trade there. Or if you're just buying for hodl, and you're not worried by a little bit of a dip and just sees an opportunity to add, then obviously you can just keep adding at 35 and 33 and 30 on the way down. All those levels are in the cheat sheet. Okay, the next one we have here on the list is HNT, and I did tell you it was not a buy up here. I said it was not a buy. I said it was a aggressive dollar cost average at $7.70. Which if you did get into that, you're able to ride up to $8.30, take profit, come back. Again, it was another aggressive buy at $7, around $7.70. It's come down low and come and hit my other target of around $7.05. So that could have been a second buy opportunity there to add. Certainly, we could see this come down even a little bit lower to these levels here around $6.70 and $6.10 there, certainly. And my full move to the downside, I'm not sure if we get much lower than this unless Bitcoin really goes high. It's $5.75 there. You can see there is a lot of support there. And certainly the 200 EMA is at $5.55 and rising. So if it did come down there and this would to move up, then that would give us some convergence. Ideally, this coming up to around here, the 200 EMA lining up with this order block here, this could be an ideal entry also here between $6.60 and $6.15 on HNT. But certainly it's started a little bit of a downtrend now just over the last week and a half there. And if that continues there, then we could see more opportunities to buy there. Check out my cheat sheet for levels on that. Casper had a nice breakout, and I thought we were going to smear through this order block here, but we didn't get through it. I was tempted to take profit at 17.8 cents. I do have my first take profit zone up at 21. So I didn't take any profit there, but certainly, and I would be looking to add if we come back down to this 200 EMA at 15 cents. It's still in the buy zone for me, 16, 17 cents, still in the buy zone for Casper there, even 15, 14, 13 cents, still in the buy zone. And my first take profit target is at 21 cents. Again, check out the cheat sheet for all the levels there. And again, we still have making some pretty good lower highs. So there's a low and there's a higher low, sorry, higher low, and it looks like we might be making a higher low here. And so certainly this is still an entry for me. We're well below the 200 EMA on the daily. So this is still an entry for me. It looks like we've been rejected at 50-day moving average. So you could wait until you get above the 50-day moving average. Let's just see where that is. You could wait, and the 200 EMA is in around the same place. So you could see that we kind of deviated above it and retest, and we had an unsuccessful retest. We're down, and certainly as we come back up into here, if we're rejected from here around $5.08, then we could see some more downside come down to around $4.65. Otherwise, if we break back above this and a successful retest of the 200 EMA on the 4-hour at about $5.18 right now, could see us push up for render there. So that'll be very interesting if that continues to play out. And then we have one of the charts that has been absolutely smashing. Oh, Solana, we missed Solana. Solana, are you going to break out into breakpoint? Right now, you're just breaking down into breakpoint. And so we've seen a drop down from here. Again, it got rejected at the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. We didn't even make it up the 50-day moving average. We'd want to see a break above and a retest. And certainly then we've got more resistance here at the 50-day moving average. I'd want to see a break and retest there. If we look on the daily time frame, this is where I want to see 139. I want to see we got rejected there. You can see how powerful that 200 EMA is. Make sure you get it on your charts. Massive rejection there, down. I'd want to see us come back up to this 200 EMA, break above it, have a successful retest, and then off. You can see when it came back, that it had an unsuccessful retest and off it went. But certainly here we saw this beautiful trend line that I've had in there for a while. We certainly, the order block, a lot of demand here. So this is a buy zone for me. Is it a buy right now? Yes, it's a buy for me. If you're a Solana bull, it's a buy. And certainly if it drops any lower down to the 120s, it's there would be an opportunity to collect more Solana. I'm not adding any more Solana. I added a lot at $15, and so it's up at 130. I'm just taking profits on the way up for Solana there. But if you're a Solana bull and want to accumulate some Solana, there's some charting for you there. And then Sui's just absolutely crushed it. I mean, Bitcoin dropped and Sui didn't drop. We may be looking at a bit of a double top here. And there's certainly an order block here. I did take profits here. I did eventually take profits. Somebody asked me if I took profits at $1, and I said I did not take profits at $1 because I wanted to see what happened. And I was actually looking for a retest of the 200 EMA, and we didn't get it. And so this is why I feel like we may come down here and retest the 200 EMA on the daily. On a successful retest of this, I will add some more. That's sitting at around 97 cents. Obviously, if we drop down a little bit further, the 50-day moving average is at about 85 cents, and there's an order block down there around 77. So anywhere really for me between 77 and 97 is a good area that I like for accumulation here. I certainly do feel, and this is, look, it just could take off. Something could happen. It could just take off. We did break down from this level here. We broke down here, retested it, rejected it, and came back down again. So this is a very strong level to get through. We do have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders here for Sui. So we could see a break up to the upside, which would be absolutely powerful. And if we do get that break to the upside, then we are coming up to look here at around about, well, first of all, we're going to have this around about $1.35 to $1.40. And then further up, we did break down here from about $1.75. So it would be nice to see it come up to that level, and that's certainly possible there with Sui. There's certainly a lot more levels to get through here. Do see my cheat sheet for all the take profit levels for Sui. I detailed them there on both the hold and on the swing trade. Now, Tau is just a gift right now because this is where, look at this, get in the trade, take profit. get in the trade, take profit, get back in the trade, take profit. Or you just hold tau and wait, and you miss out on all this money. This is why the 2-tier system, the 3-tier system, even better, the triple threat system, which I teach in my life-changing games, a free educational course in my cheat sheet linked in the description there. And certainly you can see that this is a gift. And so I'm looking for this to come back to now, we got rejected at 200 EMA on the daily. Bangs. Again, how many times do we need to say the 200 EMA in the daily right now is the boss? This is the indicator, is a powerful indicator. The 50-day moving average is sitting at around 286. I've got an order in there at 287 because I took some profits at tau up here, as you can see in my cheat sheet, locked in some profits there. And so I am now reaccumulating on the dip. So 287 there. If we were to get down a little bit lower, we see at the bottom of this band around 277. And then I would look at getting back more at 265. And look, if we get some more tau gifts, I'm going to be loading up the truck here. I might even be selling some of my other underperforming alts to get and just buy more tau around this huge order block area here, 200 to 225. It came down to this 220-ish level, and I got a bunch there. We wrote it up together as a community. I gave you this trade, and then as we went up, I kept saying it was a buy, it was a buy, it was a buy, it was a buy, and it was a buy, and then it had 275, and I said it's not a buy anymore. It's risky here, okay, because we were getting up to the 50-day moving average. And then when we broke above the 50 moving average, I said on the retest, it's a buy. That was your last chance to get in, and then shot up to around 330. Those who took the trade, you're in great profit there. Look, we've got this a lot of volume here right on the 50-day moving average. So I think this would be a great area. If you didn't get in the trade, this would be a good dollar cost average to get back in the trade. I will need to update my cheat sheet on that one there because I think I have the entry point a little bit lower than that. But 287 there is an area to possibly jump back in. All right. Well, again, thank you for tuning in. And until the next episode, happy trading.